of himself or Skieran and Trimby getting in there, it feels like, for me, Cloud9 just have very ease of access to backline and ease of execution.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, you do have Humanoid on a range versus melee matchup early on. If he can get pushed, if he can create an advantage, we'll be looking to just constantly keep that poke running. As Fudge just shoving here, and you can see Sven has made the roam.
Yeah, he's moving up here towards this top lane. Good equalizer placement there from Fudge as the Flame Spitter comes out. Hook is going to land. That's first blood to the Rumble. And Razork not going to be able to do anything here, even with Trimby waiting in the wings, although they are going to go in overly aggressively here. They just look to the least, and they take him down. It is going to be an answering kill. But now Sven lands the hook. That's happened right now. Oscarinen taking a lot of damage. You can see also we've got a bit of a split fight, but the equalizer has been invested. Let's check out this top lane, see whether the ulti's going to be enough, but no, he just burns down.
Look at topside though, because they wasted time. Now here's play on Skirnan again.
Yeah, the equalizer means that it's very difficult to get past it. Interrupted, and Fudge just burns him down. Gorgeous dive. Decides not to go for it. Yeah, Grand Entrance is going to come on through. There's a Lee Sin as well, but Blabber is going to answer that with a QE. And now the kick is going to come back. That's the kill onto Sven, as already Fnatic have picked up one, but there's the ulti from M&S, gets into the back line. Trimby is going to quickness him up though, and the Yone has stepped too far. Blabber just has to flag and drag his way out.
And that sets up for those skill shots to land, but we're watching Oscar. This is becoming, oh no, he's dead.
Yeah, sometimes.
Win condition for them. Fudge has an inkling this could be going on, but there's 3 members here. He does have equalizer though, this could be dangerous for them.
Yep, Ward's going to the brush. And Fudge,
no flash.
They're looking to try and get out of the way. Blabber gets on in here. There's the shockwave onto the Rumble to try and buy some time, but they're now being barbecued by Fudge. The knockup comes through as well. Razork, he is going to bite the dust as well. It's a double kill for Fudge. And
the tower there is Humanoid with no flash, so it's a massive punish there. Now the equalizer's available.
Yeah,
Trimby's gone.
Trimby has got a lot of mobility, but now M&S is going to teleport behind him. The quickness to come through, and he's pretty slippery, but he's running out of ability to get away. That is going to be the final one, and M&S locks down the kill. Didn't actually happen. Did manage to escape, though, as we do have the second Drake going to Fnatic. Now we're attempting an engage. Great ulti! Look at the equalizer on top of it. They're set up by Sven and knocked down. There's the ulti come through as well from M&S. As he immediately does go back, and now Berserker is free hitting. Everyone is so incredibly low. Trimby tries to be the hero. It's going to mean that he falls down, and C9 are still on the prowl. I don't know whether Noah and Oscarinen can get out of this one, because M&S, he's trying to look for it. These back positions are not where you want, because C9 are closing in. Noah might be able to get out, but M&S, he's going to bind his soul back up again after picking up the kill.
So for him to have this game, I think, is a confidence booster, because Fudge hasn't been at that level we expect.
Well, there's the kick flash, and Teleport's going to come in. I think they're going to need 3, because Fudge does have the stopwatch. But there it is. So the rest of C9 are making their way up. Oscar is very, very low. There's a flag and drag to get the knock up onto Humanoid. They know who the most powerful one is on this Fnatic roster. They're going to take him down. The other two are going to...
And Berserker's on 2 items, so he's going to shred this.
Yeah, and now Trimby, he knows exactly what's going on. They did manage to get that ward into the pit. It is off now as Noah is looking for an opportunity. Tries to get out of the way of M&S, but he is still chasing him down. That Soul's going to have to rebind, but he still manages to get the kill, and the Baron falls down as well. Trimby looking to try to escape. The Battle Dance is going to be able to get him there.
On this game, and it would be their second win against EU here.
Yeah, there's another Cataclysm to come on through. The equalizer not placed perfectly, but I think it's good enough, as there it is, the kill. Onto the Orianna. The double knockup comes in as well. Trimby's trying to do what he can. Sven is charmed, but now has his pick of the litter.
As you see Oscar in the top side.
Exactly. They see Oscar, so they want to at least force TP, but they need to make sure they peel Razork.
Yeah, Sven is going to be able to flash his way out of there. There's the CC onto the jungler, but Razork might be able to get into the pit. It's down so low, he steals it! He manages to get there. Trimby also trying to make their escape, but can they survive is the question. The equalizer didn't do a whole lot, but Trimby will eventually fall down. But Fnatic sacrificing a Rakan for a Baron, you take those.
100% you take those! Razork with a massive... You don't contest Dragon, you start to get like towers on the map, get some of these bounties in your favor. Question mark?
Could be in a little bit of trouble here as he's trying to get out. It's not gonna work.
Towards bot side. They're looking for a pick on Noah.
Yeah, fantastic hook from Sven. He gets the knock up as well. M&S is going to dive in with the ulti. Noah's in trouble, but it's Sven that goes down first. And Noah, he's so slippery, manages to stay alive, but it is Razork that falls down as well. The equalizer flies
Berserker
in at the same time, and yeah, Berserker is just free hitting. Noah not going to be able to do anything. There's the flash forward to get the knock up as well, and Oscar and it has to run for the hills. This might just be it. Yeah, no, it doesn't. And that is what C9 had going for them, is now Oscar in a little bit of trouble here towards the bottom side. M&S doing a good job, but not going to be able to do enough before he has to go back to that soul. Noah in trouble, does flash, Cataclysm comes on through, Tribby just evaporates before our very eyes, and now Berserker trying to take matters into his own hands. There's the ult from M&S! We were waiting for it, and we found it in the end, and C9 will finally get the team fight and look to close out the game.
It wasn't pretty, it wasn't clean, but Cloud9 will get it done in game number 1 against Fnatic.
Let's just hope that people went to get something to eat thinking this game was done, and then they see that C9 won in the end anyway. The first Nexus turret goes down, Berserker grabs another kill, and now C9 will finish the task. 1-0 in this best of 3, playing for their lives.
Cloud9 finally getting that fight that they needed. It was a long, hard-fought battle, but you could see how confident they were in that last one. Finally, they were able to get their positioning onto human fantastically, because so much of Fnatic
great, I agree.
Is so short range. So we'll have to see if you can get the value out of this Renekton in the early stages, like play with Blabber towards that top side, try and get Blabber snowballing, because if you don't, you're missing out on a ton of damage from your Taliyah.
But we'll see, they're going to move. Humanoid's coming. It's going to be a fight, potentially.
Possible 3v2, but no, it's going to be a 3v3. There's the Counter-Strike. Scat of the Week is incredible by Humanoid, but he's not quite able to finish them off. Razok in so much trouble as Fudge is looking for the kill back, but already M&S has fallen down. Colbert comes through. Blabber doesn't manage to find the flick, and C9 they
moving in towards mid. They're going to look for a dive.
Yeah, they're going to pull him out with the all-out. Humanoid taking so much damage, and that's just a solo kill. Blabber was there as a cheerleader.
And still be able to contest this Rift Herald. That's a big swing for Cloud9.
Oh, Razok is going to be spotted here. M&S going to push him away from this pit. I think he should be all right. M&S doesn't exactly have the largest health bar to deal with, as now he's going to get taken down. Noah grabs that kill. It's a 1-for-1 trade, though, in the end, as that flash was interesting, but it is not going to...
They're going to go for a wraparound. They know that Counter-Strike's down for a little bit on Oscar, and now they're going to go for a 4-man dive.
Yeah, Weaver's Wall does come on through there. The Counter-Strike now on cooldown. The Magnus Storm comes in, doesn't get a whole lot of value, but I think they've got enough men up here, and they are going to be able to grab the kill. Underneath the turret, Razok coming on in here.
You're playing up against a tank here like Asante. You're just farming gold off the guy, right? He has the early Leandries. He's getting that gold acceleration. Blabber here looking for a potential anchor for the ulti to try to cut off Humanoid. There it is.
Yeah, it is going to come on through here. Trimby finds the grand entrance onto Sven, just trying to keep him in position. Razok over the wall. There is the Magnus Storm, but doesn't get a lot of value. The flick does come back from Blabber, but Sven's already dead. The all-out comes on through, and Razok's just out of there. Fnatic, they've just turned it around. And then you get a difficult situation.
Well, and here's one thing I will say that does make it more difficult against this sort of comp as Trimby.
Going to be interrupted there. He's burning, and that is going to be Blabber picking that one up. So yeah, wasted flash.
That was such a late flash and going to be going down anyway. They don't commit, they just back off as soon as the TP comes through.
Razor's here though.
Oh, a little bit of trouble. Sven's going to be interrupted. Can't Hex Flash that one. That's another kill for Noah. M&S.
It's going to be huge for the Fnatic AD card.
I mean, it's massive for him, right? And he was kind of gifted those 2 kills. He's just been chilling bot lane farming, able to kind of have the action come to him. Fudge in some trouble here.
Yeah, the Counter-Strike going to come through. Blabber is here just a little bit late, and that is going to be the solo kill. Some revenge here for Oscar as some rocks are flying his way. We'll see whether he's going to survive. They are put on the ground. There's the flash to follow. The threaded volley. He has the last one, and that is
with that gold advantage right now.
Well, M&S is looking to try and grab one for himself. Humanoid taking a bit of damage as the teleport is coming forward. Wasn't really
necessary as well.
Oh, the interruption does come through here as Blabber's going to get ulted. Okay, can the fancy feet actually work out here is the question. The answer is no, but it looked kind of cool for a few moments.
Mark of a really good jungler.
And also now he's got so much on his shoulders, right? He's playing the Taliyah, and Sven is now looking to try and help get the kill onto Oscar Innen. M&S up here is relatively low, but the Magnus Storm's going to come through, and M&S
on top side immediately used Rift Tower to blow open that second tower as well. And
yeah, that is going to be the charm landing onto Fudge. CC'd and dead. That is a handbag.
That's just greed, man. He potentially dove here by Oscar.
Yep, there is the Counter-Strike. That is going to get the stun. Great knock up there from Razok, as well as the Scat of the Week is going to come in. Fudge keeping himself alive for so long, though. He does get stabbed in the end by a Q from the Jarvan, but have they overextended is the question.
Berserker!
Storm, as Berserker just dives in on top of Noah. He's out of the fight, but so is Blabber, who's been executed between his turrets. Fnatic now on the warpath, looking for M&S, who is running the wrong direction, and Noah is looking to try and come back and answer it. He is going to get engaged on, as M&S is trying to do some fancy stuff to get himself out of this, but it's not going to work, as Syndra C9 and instead they're just going to get themselves out of here if they can. Sven trying to do what he can, to keep them away as he dives in. There's the Magnus Storm, but where's the follow-up? The rest of C9 looking to move on over, and that is the Baron secured by Fnatic. Thanks for the leash, I guess, as Noah is looking for even more. Blabber's going to go down. M&S might be able to get one, but the answer is no, because there's a Mega Blast Cone down there to keep the Jacks alive, and now it is a disaster for C9. The Crocodile goes down once again, and Razok just needs one Q or a smite to take down the kill onto Berserker. That went from bad to real bad real fast.
I didn't feel like the game was in that desperate of a spot, and now Blabber's just going to get one shot.
That's there's a lot of power.
You think that their read must have been, we are just going to lose this game slowly through side lanes. We can't actually do anything about this Jax. Time to flip it. And if their read is the game's over, then sure, but...
Whoa, they're diving in. Berserker is in a whole host of trouble, but he ults to get himself out of the way, and Razok is just going to die. C9 just pick up the kill. A little bit overly to come through from Fudge. Here's the last-ditch effort as they dive in. Magnus Storm is decent. They know exactly who their target is. Flash now down onto Humanoid, but Noah is the one popping off. They managed to get the Syndra, but can they actually win the fight is the question. Trimby going to try to get locked down, but it's Noah that's the one that needs to be under control, and it's not going to happen. Fnatic just roll over the top. It's a double kill for Razok in the end, and Fnatic are done with this game, I think. I think they're going to look to end it here.
There's low health bars, but big smiles for Fnatic as they'll take down the inhibitor and take us to the game 3.
And Fnatic had so much extra control early. They are going to be able to take these Nexus turrets down and with momentum move towards a game number 3. For C9 fans, though, they can move back towards that blue side in this deciding game, but I think they're going to have to try and figure out a better plan of attack if Fnatic can fix their early game like they have.
Yeah, absolutely. Fnatic with a great strike back in that second game. This is very reminiscent of the game that they got blown out against a T1, where Zeus actually went with that Rumble, and they went with the Jax answer. They had the Bel'Veth instead of the Sejuani in that one, but that went so bad so fast. Fudge did play the early waves well, but then Blabber got pushed out of his jungle, and all of a sudden...
Gurnan isn't ready for this.
Yeah, there are a lot of people up here as the equalizer comes down. Oscar I think knows that he's going to struggle in this one, decides to get as much damage onto Fudge as he can, and he's running back towards the enemy turret. There's the permafrost, there's the pulverize, and there goes first blood for Fudge.
That's massive for them to drop their herald. So I think they're in a pretty good spot, and they're looking for a dive.
The two-man pulver is going to come through. There's the crash down, but it's the Featherstorm that's going to answer, and Sven is the one that locks down that kill, and now Noah, can he answer back? He's got red-white guns, but Berserker's feeling good, and that is going to be the tanking done so beautifully from Sven as well.
And immediately dive.
Oh dear, level 7 here for Blabber as the equalizer comes down. C9 can move out of the way of it if they would like to, as now Fudge dives in. Razok is going to go the opposite direction though. The permafrost not quite in range as Blabber does find it. The fade away with the ultimate, and Oscar just has to let his jungler die.
I mean, Razok just went way too far. He gave
an easy turnaround to spend one more.
All right, he is probably, oh never mind, he gets into the fog of war. The ward goes down. Blabber, can you keep your support alive? And I think he can, although he may not be able to keep himself alive as the flash is going to whiff. Not able to get over that wall, and now Blabber's just going to have to give up the ghost.
Yikes, 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 my eyes.
Distortion, pretty good ability, and that's going to get M&S out of trouble. Blabber not going to get knocked up, but there is the Cataclysm to trap in the piggy. Sven wants to try and find a way to make this one happen as Noah finds an ultimate. There goes Blabber, and Sven, he doesn't have the Sejuani to keep him alive. A 4-man pulverize to celebrate the ending of Sven here in this one. Alive.
The chains from Humanoid were massive there. They locked up Fudge just long enough where Humanoid was able to escape and not get caught. Now Sven is caught though.
Oh dear, Sven does find a decent pulverize there to try and keep himself alive, but he's not out of the woods just yet. Humanoid was tanking up the turret as now Blabber's looking for him. The Everfrost is decent, but the Glacial Prison is better. Kingslayer keeps Humanoid alive, and now Razok's looking for Sven, who just headbutts him away. The Cataclysm comes in and he's walking circles literally around him, and now M&S wants to finish this one off. He's got a Magnus Storm to contend with, but some low health bars on Fnatic means this one is all coming up C9. Humanoid gets himself a Featherstorm in the nick of time, but the Q comes in. Berserker, he really wants this, but it's Blabber that's going to be the one to help lock it down. They do manage to take it. It costs an ult, but C9
you take this as a win. You traded flashes. You got to just try to back it up.
Sven's emote game has been fantastic, even though it's been the one emote, but there's the equalizer. The Moonlight Vigil does fly down as Trimby looks to stun up the cow, and they do manage to get him. Some low health bars, but not enough side of the map. The equalizer is now making its way into the fight as M&S gets over that wall. The Drake is going down low, but Humanoid now going for the engage. The equalizer is decent, but it's not onto Berserker, who's now trying to kite back. The Drake goes down, but can they actually stay alive in the fight? As Humanoid, he flashes away, but the execution's there from M&S.
They need more.
And now C9, yeah, you're exactly right. They're going to have to go for it as the Magnus Storm is massive! Trimby's going to try and take them down. Is now Oscar in that backline with the Flame Spinner just burning them all down. But it's Berserker that's trying to get more. Noah now able to get those shots in. It's a bit of a disaster, but in the end, it's all Fnatic. And Berserker's just trying to get that one last kill, and Noah says no.
Really well orchestrated fight, and Fnatic want more.
Yep, the first big win here in this game goes to Fnatic, but the game is not over yet. They do have Infernal Soul, which is so important. Sven also doesn't have a whole lot of his health bar, does get a decent shield, but the will not quite as unbreakable as you might. Blabber's looking to try and get in there. If he can get that Miracle Steal, then there is going to be an opportunity, but he is going to get Magnus Storm. They are looking for the Baron. It's a lot of damage down, though, as Berserker is free-hitting 2 kills already. The Equalizer does next to nothing, and that's going to be 3 in trade for the Baron. They're going to need to try and get out of here, and they're going to have to try and get out fast.
This game, poking and prodding, trying to get advantages where he can, but the big problem is still looming. They're looking for a pick here on Trimby, but great buffer on the dismount there to keep him safe. And Razork looking for the turn, maybe.
Yeah, the Equalizer goes down again. Blabber is completely cornered off. He's trying to get out of there, but he's not going to be able to. That's the lockdown. A great knock-up onto Sven as well, who's once again going to try and use the ulti to escape, but it's not going to work. Trimby going to lock down that kill. That is Tufli going to turn up, has the long-range guns for this fight. Quite have to sever him, but he may not necessarily need it. That is a great snipe from the Glacial Prison, but it doesn't quite work out as that is going to be Fnatic locking down the Drake, and now the Dragon is going to burn through C9. They try to get one back, but it's not going to be enough. Berserker, the cleanse, he just can't cleanse the death, and Noah gets a double in the
away. But it is an incredibly difficult spot, and M&S playing with fire.
Yeah, it does have Distortion, does have Mimic as well, I hope. That is not actually there, as he is going to go into his passive, and they find the right one. Oh no, it's the wrong one! Even I got trolled there, but they are still able to grab this. But it's a 1-for-1, and
before Humanoid can join in.
Blabber's looking.
Yeah, they do finally see him, but is it too late? That's the question. They have to lock down Noah if they want to get anything done, as Fudge already down to 50%. That Equalizer was a whole lot better, and they don't find too much more. Fudge is going to go down, and now Sven's just trying to get the CC, but Noah is just a raid boss. He is just too massive on this Aphelios. I feel like
when they see Humanoid elsewhere on the map, Blabber seeing if he can split up one of the recalls, maybe make something happen here. They might be able to chase down Oscar.
Yeah, M&S, can he actually land the chains to help lock down this Rumble? Or can he keep himself alive before the Rumble kills him is the question. M&S is now just one more tick of that Flame Spinner, and I think he would have died. Blabber's going to be able to lock it down because he's more durable. One.
The Baron's expired, so he knows that they're going to come over towards that Elder
Humanoid.
Now.
He finds the Glacial Prison that he stole away, and Oscar Innan's the one that finishes. And now Fnatic, I don't think they need a Baron. They've got the Elder buff, as now Fudge is diving in. Gets a decent stun, but he can't get on top of Noah. He has to go golden as Razork is battling 3 people under these turrets, and the Jax is going to be dealt with. Blabber might be able to get one against his opposite number, but the rest of Fnatic are bearing down on them. It's a double kill for Oscar. It's Blabber on the fountain. Noah is just trying to bully them to get them away from these Nexus turrets. Blabber gets in there, but Noah's got a stopwatch. He's going to break that one onto the ground, and Noah will fall. I don't know whether it's going to be enough. They're holding for now, though. As Humanoid walks back towards the turret. Blabber's trying to keep this one at bay, but there are just super minions everywhere. Okay, Humanoid throws out the chains. There's the last Nexus turret. Humanoid, can you finish the game here on now? He is so close to execution range. And there it is. The burn's going to come through Sven. Not going to make this one happen, as the Nexus will be taken down from the man with everything in this game. Humanoid was just gigantic.
Humanoid trying desperately over the course of this series to keep Fnatic, keep Fnatic in Worlds, keep Cloud9 at arm's length. And when it comes down to it, the Silas pick comes up clutch for Fnatic. They managed to pick up the win.
Absolutely impressive stuff here from Fnatic, falling down in game number 1, having the poise to collect themselves, battling back in game number 2, battling back in game number 3. And credit to Noah. I was looking at him as potentially that weakness for Fnatic, somewhere that Cloud9 could have the advantage. In game number 3, he was incredible for Fnatic. They couldn't get to him. He team fought amazingly well. Humanoid across all 3 games.